Good morning, everyone. It's probably getting close to noon, but we are out on our walk. We went to the library, get some fun books to read, but also some school stuff. We're gonna walk, stop at the playgrounds, and then head home to continue our Monday. So glad to have this guy with us today. Did you have your beloved sugar plum Danish from Starbucks?
It was good.
I have that right on your face right there. Are you ready to go? Go walk? Say good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Okay. Hello, everyone. We are finishing up our day outside at one more park. This is our second park of the walk. And we're pretty close to where we parked, so we'll be back soon. Sebastian was thirsty, and so we decided to stop at the school bus. Here in our county, they give out free lunches to anyone. Anyone can come up. We don't even need to not be in the school system. We can be homeschoolers. And so I was gonna grab a free lunch for him so he could have snacks and a juice if the bus was still out. And it was for probably about 15 more minutes. We got there a little after 1 and he pulled out at 1:30. He had so much food left and was so eager to give us food. He pulled out 3 servings and he's like, wait, now you get 3 meals. So packed up into these little bags. I just put it under here to get it cold. Packed up into these bags. Hang on, buddy. For breakfast and lunch, there's cereal and sandwiches and fruit and veggies. And they offer you milk. There's juice as well. But they also gave us, he's like, wait, you get dinner. So they gave us 3 of these slightly frozen, they're trying to thaw, they were in a cooler, frozen pizzas, French fry pizzas. So I have I can go look. So they got so much wonderful stuff. I hope that they can save the leftovers for the next day. I don't know how that works. He did seem very eager and very happy that we took food. So yeah, our area, it doesn't seem like one where a great many people, yes, it's really wet. It's really wet. See this puddle? That's a puddle. This one only has a few spots, so you wouldn't get too wet. Sorry, there's water on there. So yeah, our area is mostly really well off. We're well off. I'm not making much money right now, but we're able to get by. We certainly have debt, but it's a big help to get this free food. But I certainly don't need it. We were going to just take the minimum possible, and I told the kids, hey, if it looks like the guy really wants to give us everything and it's gonna make him really happy, sometimes it brings people joy to help you and you just say yes and you accept the help. So that's what we ended up doing. They're really excited to try the pizzas. So we're certainly gonna make use of this. But I'm really proud of our school system for doing that and doing such a good job. It's a decent amount of food. And if you are really struggling to make ends meet, that could really just make all the difference. Even if they were only giving it to the kids, they gave it to me as well. There was 3 of them, so A++ to our school system. But we're gonna have to head home soon. Jax wants a real lunch. He's a little more nervous about trying new things. And he just really wanted to get on the swings. The swings were taken at the first park. So we are going to finish up here, walk back to the car and get home. He hasn't done his school yet. That's fine because I just want him to enjoy the outdoor. It's gonna start raining soon. So yeah, that's our update. it is the end of Monday and we're gonna move on to Tuesday. But let's talk about Monday first. They're a little noisy. I apologize. They're gonna try to read. So let me go over something that we started last night and I never got a chance to tell you. I found Animal Crossing for Jax. He has started asking about it. I didn't initially get it for him. This is New Horizon. He does have New Leaf. He's abandoned it. He has City Folks. He's abandoned it. He got my old Wild World. He abandoned it. There's a precedence for him abandoning Animal Crossing Towns, and this one is $60. But his friends play it and want to play it with him, so he has renewed interest. I was thinking maybe he'd get one from Santa for Christmas, but I've been looking for sales. I would love to play with him. I'd love to help him out. So I just go to Amazon's excuse me. I just inhaled a dog hair. What? Please go listen to the book. We'll get you water later. Go. Always an excuse. So I've been reloading Amazon's page to purchase it every day, doing Google searches regularly, and yesterday it came up 49 instead of 59. I'm like, so I put it in my cart and I just returned that shirt that didn't work out. I had purchased it with some credit and haven't found anything to replace it with yet. I'll keep looking, but I went ahead and used that credit and got it for $35. Yay! But I can't just randomly give him a $35 game. It doesn't go over well in our house. It needs to be earned. There needs to be a reason. So I wrote up a list of chores that he could do and how many points he earns from them. We use a point system for his allowance, and basically a point equals 10 cents. So he's got a couple tasks that he absolutely has to do to earn it, and one was clean his room and the other is clean his bathroom. It is filthy in the way that boys' bathrooms normally are, the pee situation around the toilet, but also there's boogers on the wall. That is freaking foul. He needs to clean it. So he hasn't done that, but he has cleaned his room. He absolutely has to do those things to get the game, but he also has to get to 200 points to start playing the game, and he will have to pay off 350 points total. So reading has always been a point thing for him. He gets 3 points, 30 cents per book. I've added new things like sweeping up all the dog hair downstairs, folding his laundry and putting it away, helping with the dishes. My husband added dusting the entertainment center. There's all these things. And then I also did some school bonuses that are for the big points. Should he want to do them, he can get 50 points for writing a book report on a chapter book. He chose a book at the library today that he may or may not do. He hasn't decided if he will, but that'll be a quick 50 points. And then he can get a quick 100 points if he writes a one-page biography of somebody he's learned about in history so far this year. So he thinks he might do Samuel Morse because he's learning about inventors right now. And he just did that one. I couldn't really find any books on Samuel Morse at the library. We could potentially put one on order, but I don't think he wants to wait. I found one kind of like historical fiction about inventors, and he does have a chapter. So I got that for him, but he can also look it up. So he could potentially get to 200 pretty fast. He's got, I think, 56 points currently because he did have like about 20 points going into this. So he's excited. I don't know how fast he'll get to his 200, and the game is coming tomorrow, so we'll see. But I'm definitely going to be helping him, and I've already asked my friends in my Animal Crossing club if they would want to help as well. We always have a ton of DIY recipes in the game. You just get so many. You get like 4 a day if you try, and we already have everything already learned in our characters, so there are all these extra cards and you can't put them anywhere except dropping them on the ground where they make a mess. So everybody's always like, I'm gonna sell these, does anybody want them? So I was like, if you want to give them away, he's going to start from nothing and he can gladly take some. So they're going to save some up for me for when he is able to get mail in a few days. I don't know how long it's going to take him. It could be longer than that, but about a day after he gets the game started, he should be able to get mail from me and visits. But yeah, that's our news. So he's in there trying to read. One of his repeatable activities he can do is play with his brother. I believe I put that at 10 points for 30 minutes of playing without fighting. So basically $1. So he did that today and that was nice. They're a little noisy, but they played and they got along. We did that after breakfast and then I took them out. We did the library and then I don't know if I filmed anything in the library. We're just trying to go fast. Sometimes it's just like too busy and I'm like, get your books and go. And there was a lot of kids there. I don't know. I don't understand the schedules of this at-home learning that they have. I think there's a lot of staggered recesses that are pretty long and people are able to go to playgrounds and the library and stuff because there's always kids everywhere. Or they're all homeschooling. Who knows? I don't know. The world is different and nobody asks us why we're out and about during the day anymore. No school today? Don't you go to school? What are you doing here instead of at school? Which is the one thing I always hated about when the school was in session and we'd be out. But yeah, so we went really fast to the library and then we picked up a little snack at Starbucks and did our forest loop. Jax came along because he wanted to go to Dinosaur Park, which was very busy, like weekend busy, what the heck. So they only got to play on one little section and then I announced it's getting too busy, we gotta go. But I promised that we could go to another playground with swings. So we did our loop, we come out and the school bus with lunches that we have seen one other time was still there. We must just miss them. They end at 1:30. I guess I just looked it up and there's like an earlier slot for the younger kids to pick up lunches and then I think 12:30 to 1:30 is the big kid pickup. We happened to be by there like 1:15. Nobody was there, just the guy, the bus driver. And he looked very, very excited, as I said, to give us all the things. He had quite a bit left over, so I'm hoping they're able to save them and that it's not wasted. But we grabbed that. Sebastian had some of it at the park that was just past where he was. They got their swinging time in and then we walked home so everybody could have lunch because it was getting late. It was like 2 when we got home. Just go read, please. I don't need comments from the peanut gallery. So we got home and I cooked up 2 of the pizzas. Jax really wanted one and Sebastian wanted to be like him. He ended up only having the tiniest nibble. So his is in the fridge, but Jax ate all of his and loved it, which is amazing because he doesn't eat pizza with sauce. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, French fed pizza. I loved that when I was little and I legitimately did. We just got it from the grocery store and stuff. And he's like, oh, I wonder if that's good. He finally eats spaghetti with sauce. This is a big deal, but he still won't eat pizza with sauce. So I'm like, it doesn't usually have that much sauce. It's got that thick bread, so it's like better proportions if you're not a big fan of sauce. Really built it up, and he loved it, so that's great. So he ate all his while he was doing his schoolwork. I let him start in because he's already behind. He finished his work and went to message his friends, see if they could play, and he got really bummed out when he saw that they had messaged at 1 p.m., I guess during his recess to play. And it was kind of passive-aggressive to me, like I forced him to go out and I didn't. I'm like, dude, you need to find out his schedule, what he usually does when potentially even schedule things a day in advance. You can't just live your life at home waiting to see one person. Didn't answer me on that one, who's messaging. But it's just something you gotta learn. He needs to live his life and see his friends, and if it's something he wants to do every day, they need to work that out and figure it out and know when his friend is going to be ready. So I do like that they're building a great friendship, because if Jax goes into public middle next year, he will have a built-in friend going to the same middle school. But I need to see how this pandemic is going, because I do not really want him going in to the big transition to public if he's going in home learning, I'd rather just have him on our current system and then wait 1 more year. He does need to go in during middle school because I have read it's extremely difficult here to go into high school when you've already started it at home. Like the credits just don't transfer well and you'll be repeating things. So he needs to get into the system before high school. So I don't know, it's stressful, and I'm gonna have a very uncomfortable talk with my husband, who really wants him in there and wants Sebastian in kindergarten tomorrow, good Lord, no, next year. But the pandemic is frightening me, and I don't really like it, and I don't want Sebastian to be doing computer learning. I like a little bit for him, but I would rather just full on teach him kindergarten myself. Anyway, we did quiet time after lunch. Sebastian was so tired he didn't really eat anything, but he had those snacks at the park. But he came up and then he chose like kind of a crazy show and was like sitting and laughing and going, ah, and telling me about it. I just was exhausted by it and just curled up and was letting him tell me everything, be like, and he's like, look at this, look at that. I'm just like, and I just closed my eyes. I'm so tired. I didn't even do Animal Crossing or read the news or anything. I just laid there like a lump letting him yell about his show to me. So we came down and I realized my phone still hadn't been backing up. It's still clogged up. Then all my recent videos had too long of files like this one I'm doing right now. These long clips are killing my space. So I need to speed this up. So I had to get all but 2 of my iMovie packages off into backups so that I could finally run a backup for the first time on my phone in 2 weeks instead of doing its nightly one. So thanks so much, phone, for telling me. Didn't tell me at all, and it just said randomly tonight, we haven't backed up in 2 weeks. Hey. I'm like, oh. So while I was running that on my computer and babysitting it and queuing up, I was playing Rescue Bots Transformers with Sebastian until dinner arrived. We ordered Mediterranean because we have no freaking clue what we're cooking. I guess I'll probably make soup on Wednesday on the rainy day, but we need to figure out some other things. And we didn't really buy much for her, she's asleep. But then we watched the history of video games on Netflix, the 3rd and 4th episodes, and here we are. So they are reading. I'm gonna end this because I'm killing my poor storage space. Like, I have a huge phone, I can fit so much, but my backup space is only 50 gigabytes and that gets filled up really fast. Some of these packages are mighty large. It's like, yeah, it goes fast. So good night, guys. I will see you tomorrow. I have no idea what we're doing. Probably gonna be a boring morning with school and stuff. I need to get a walk in before it rains, and yeah, stay safe, stay healthy and happy, and don't forget to wash your hands and your pits.